Masks only in certain settings like retails or perhaps public transport, and maybe schools have some restrictions but only for another month. No bar on the number of households who can mix indoors. It's basically the rolling back of almost everything.
Yeah. Live events, sports stadiums can be full. So like the Six Nations, the National League, the League of Ireland, all can have full stadiums. It is an extraordinary development. And look, credit to NPHET, because they've taken a lot of stick over the last 2 years. I think on balance they've done a good job. They haven't got everything right, but I think on balance they've done a good job. They've been accused of being overly cautious. Maybe at times they have been. But faced with this evidence, they have acted, Ciara, really, really decisively. And I think people in government are probably a little bit stunned at just how decisively they have acted.
Yeah, and I think perhaps that was even unfair on NPHET. I think NPHET have always acted with the abundance of caution. And you know what? This could still be categorised as the abundance of caution, because this is about as much caution as we need. Not very much. I am delighted. I have been balking, as you know, for a considerable period of time against restrictions. I don't believe that there has been justification for them. But then again, it wasn't down to me to take responsibility for the decision making, so I accept that. But this is really,
and to be fair to
really
Ciara,
good news.
It's only in the last week that we weren't at sort of 50, 60,000 cases a day.
Yeah,
so
but
they've acted pretty quickly, like, to be fair to them.
Some broadcasters on Newstalk have said since October 2020 that case numbers is not the metric. It has always been down to ICU. And it didn't budge even with 500,000 cases a week.
But in fairness, they had to wait and see how the Omicron would play out.
Look, it's good news. This is good news. This is joyful. We have been living under the cosh for 2 years, which is actually the average length of a pandemic. And this is change.
Is it the end? Is it the end of the pandemic or the beginning of the end of the pandemic, do you think?
Truthfully, it's only one of two things. It either is the end of the pandemic, or it is a window and there may be another bump in the road ahead. We cannot know that at this point. But what we can know is this: it's very unlikely that even a further variant will be something that we will have no immunity to. We've had, you know what I mean, like that vaccines won't work at all with. It's never going to be March 2020 again. And thank God for that, because this is real change, real hope. I feel like a light has come on at the end of a tunnel after about 2 years.